What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BMAX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We are having a meta deck discussion for the Digimon TCG. We are in the month of February here. We have we've had our first tournament, which was the Ultimate Cup I just participated in back on the 8th. So chance to see how if the meta is changing at all from the January meta, which was all to do with nationals. And so far, not too many changes have been cataloged, really. Purple Hybrid is really hitting hard like usual, but we do have some kind of holdovers here. We have Blue-Green Imperialmon taking a couple spots, as well as Galaxy Links, which is basically the Galaxy engine in a new kind of way that I haven't seen it done before, so that's really cool. This was only the top 8, so unlike the Eggman, it's not doing a top 16 breakdown. PPG is only doing a top 8, but as you can see in the top 8, you got Purple Hybrid, you got a couple Imperial, you got Galaxy Links, and then you got all Purple Hybrid. So Purple Hybrid's still dominating this format, but there are some other things because we actually haven't seen Imperial Dramon get into the format, super strong like this in a while, honestly. It's honestly been a while since we've seen Imperial Dramon take 2 spots in the top 8, let alone 1 spot. There's been a bunch of tournaments where they didn't take any spots. So that's actually really, really cool. So let's get into this to talk about the meta and how we think this is going to change coming into, we have one more Ultimate Cup in February, and then we're going to have to wait and see what happens, down the road, with 2.5 coming out at the end of the month. Not really a lot of tournaments going to be happening, but there's Worlds, so that could the format could change for that, and we could have smaller scale tournaments that get put up, and we'll try and look at the meta as soon as it becomes available. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, well, like we said, Purple Hybrid is just dominating. So we're going to look here at the first place Purple Hybrid deck. Similar to the ones we know here, you got Uko Package, Gabumon, the new Sayakomon from EX8 is making an appearance again. People still playing the Rush Gyomon. Ginkakumon still getting played. Some people playing the Kaiser, some people not. Of course, you're playing 4 of those. Argomon, Nidhogg's, Gallantmon. Some people are playing Death X. Some people are playing Medieval Gallant. Which one's better? You be the judge, honestly. That this guy has the Death X, but, he could have, maybe he just didn't want to go out and spend the 60 to 80 bucks to get a Medieval Gallant when this is a lot cheaper nowadays. Jack Raids, yeah. I like the difference between a lot of people running people run Mist, but this guy's running 2 Mist and 1 Purple. That digs harder, so that's kind of nice. And then you still have, still running the Death Slinger, the Rivals. I love them. This is interesting to me, is maxing out on the Rivals and still playing 2 Death Slinger with no Mako. So that was kind of interesting to me. Other than that, Tamer lineup looks pretty solid to what I would run in a Tamer lineup. You have, of course, we look at things like Imperial. Imperial's pretty standard. Basically, pretty much the way I was running it before, this exact same lineup, really, for the level 3. He's a little bit different. He's running traditional, maxing out on all the good ones, halving on the small ones. Just going straight for the Paildramon attack. Medieval Gallantmon being an option now that you can actually digivolve into is kind of cool. So going that and Hexablow, and then focusing on not so much the BT16 Dragon mode, but on the starter deck Dragon mode, making those multiple summons. So just trying to kill you with OTK, if not going into one of these guys to stun out your opponent. While you bring up another stack, basically. And then, of course, you got the fighter mode to go into, and paladin mode, which, you can go into paladin off of either of these if your opponent tries to attack against you, so that's good. And then you have, of course, Jade Memory Boost is cool. Still running 2 Primogenitor, Hidden Potential. I always like Hidden Potential. I find a lot of people don't run it. No Davis, no Memory Tamers. Don't care about the Memory Tamers. Just Hammer Spark, Jade Memory Boost, and get that Tamer. that dual tamer on the board. So that's very interesting. And then we have this crazy abomination here. This is the Galaxy engine, pretty much exactly like how you'd run it, except for you're switching the Flaremon for the Crestmon. So, you need more Flaremon, and you don't need the blue guy. But also putting in Garudamon, so you can play the Tamer for free, and running the Volcanic Dramon and Metallic Dramon guys, which apparently stop you from playing the game completely, but apparently stopping you from losing your turn when you search for cards is more toxic than stopping you from playing the game at all. But I think it's because people haven't had to deal with this compared to Mirage, so they're just like, they're being generous. Oh, that's actually really cool, when it's like, this is actually worse. But it's a really cool deck. You got Dinomon 2 for aggro, which works with the deck. Ragna Lordmon for OTK. So that's kind of cool, especially if you get 2 stacks, which is really easy in this deck. You get 2 stacks going, and then you just DNA and destroy. And you don't even need to, because like, if one of your guy dies, you can bring the other guy out and then start building a stack. And then you can just... it's just so gross. So gross. And then, Crimson mode, because it's a red... Now it's a red deck instead of a blue deck. And Wisteria Memory Boost, which is good because it targets blue and red cards. And then, of course, Gallant, because Gallant's just getting teched and everything. So, both this is a really cool build. This guy right here, he's in the Brick City Discord that I am a part of. Really great guy. And, kudos. I think this was really cool. Really good choice here. If we go back here, we can look at some other purple hybrid decks here and see like similarities here. This person was running the Medieval Gallant. Some people are running like a 2-3 split, whereas other people are running just 4 and 1. So it's funny too. A lot of people are running more Cupimons now, which I still feel like it's better to trash than to gain that memory. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Similar build, same rookie lineup, basically. This guy's not running the Kaiser, but he is running 2 Argomon. I never have Argomon come up, so that's kind of funny to me. He's running Digimon Emperor, which is going to be really cool. There's a lot of different choices there. You can take you can take the play style you like best and kind of just apply it. If we go back here and we look at the other, Blue-Green Imperial, we can kind of see this one's a little bit different. It uses the armor cards, uses the BT16 guy, focuses on that whole thing more and puts more into Hexablau, and it does run the Davises, and it's actually using Scrambles instead. So we see the differences between the decks, both obviously consistent, and good to play. So I mean, it's I don't know, it's hit or miss with everything, but it's nice to see Imperial Dramon's still strong deck. We'll have to see what happens this next Ultimate Cup coming up this week. Is it going to change? No Gallantmons in the top 8. No Demon Lords. Demon Lords is a really skill-based deck, so when it does well, it's because the player really knows what they're doing. So I feel like Demon Lords being in top 16 is kind of a misnomer, because you got to be a really good purple player, and that's honestly the truth with Demon Lords. So I mean, there's other decks that could have got probably in the top 16 if we Magnamon, other things like that we probably would have seen, but if we had a top 16 breakdown. But this just gives you a mini look at kind of how the format's going. It's still heavily purple hybrid controlled. You're getting a little bit of the old stuff. Imperial Dramon's making a comeback. Gallantmon, I actually played Gallantmon and I had really hard matchups all day. I probably would have done better with purple hybrid or Imperial Dramon, to be honest, because that deck is usually the deck I do the best with. So it's just interesting to see, how things are going, but we'll see what happens this week at the Ultimate Cup. But we'll have to keep an eye. The links thing is actually really cool. I really again, shout out to Pink in the Brick City Discord. Awesome deck. Can't wait to try it and see how I like it comparatively to Mirage. But anyways, that is it for our meta deck discussion. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think things are going to change? Do you think we're going to have much of a change between now and the beginning of March? Things are definitely going to change when 2.5 comes out, so we'll have another meta deck discussion there. I don't know if we'll do another one this month, especially if things are quite similar at the next Ultimate Cup. This just might be the trend for the rest of February, but it's going to change real soon. So we'll have more discussions about this in the future. As always, leave a comment down below. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, where you think the meta is going, and what decks do you think will get power crept. And looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.